What's going on, everybody? Welcome to today's video. Today, right now, we're inside the woods hiking to an abandoned hospital. This place was opened up in 1919 and then it closed down in 2003. In between that time period, it was used as a general hospital for the public around here, and in its later years it was used as a nursing home for the elderly. But since 2003, it's been sitting completely vacant, decaying naturally, and it's a beautiful location I've had on my spot for years. And I came to this one location years ago and I had to leave because it was a close encounter with security. So we're back, we're gonna be exploring it. First we gotta hike through the woods. If you guys enjoy, leave a thumbs up. Let's go check it out. A lot of hiking, but finally made it up here. We got buildings and mountains in the background, and right over this overgrown path behind us, this was the hall of where the nurses slept. They actually built a building on the property to house all the nurses living on campus. We're gonna try to find a way in here, hopefully maybe get some roof access and see the rest of the property. So we're inside the first building, nurses' quarters, and the floors don't look too great. Got some holes over there. We're gonna find a stairwell which should be concrete and not this shitty wood, and try to get to the roof. Floors look a little rough in here.
Let me try to get over there real quick.
Do you want to hold your camera?
Okay, so as it appears, the inside hallways of this place is completely messed up. So we're not going to be exploring these rooms or these hallways because we're up in the basement. But the stairway is made of metal, and it's pretty much the backbone of this building. So we're going to take it all the way up and try to head to the roof. Now we get to see the whole property. Main hospital is right there. And on the side down there, we actually have some doctors' homes that would live on property. Just gonna get a view of the property before we get into the place, make sure nobody's around. Got a little squirrel in here. Okay, we have now entered the building, the main hospital building at least. And the first room we're in, it looks like some sort of ballroom. We have these drop-down ceiling fans. And we have a hardwood floor. So maybe it could just be a cafeteria. There's also a little food service window. So probably a cafeteria, either for patients or nurses. Oh wow, so this was a tiny little chapel inside of the hospital. Unique. Got a really creepy vibe in here. Wow, this is the library here. Filled with tons of books. It's crazy to see all these books just left behind here. Gotta think about how much knowledge is in this room. Stuff that could be recycled, reused, and then make people pay for all these books going to university. Meanwhile, you have so many here that are just wasting away. It's really amazing.
He just wants his shots and that's it.
Got some medical chairs, a bed. Okay, these are probably where patients were at, sleeping. Emergency room type setup. Got a bunch of food trays here. This must have been an activity room. We have a bunch of puzzles here scattered across the floor. And I also found this old television. This place closed down in 2003, so by that time this is pretty dated. Looks like we have some sort of doctor's office. Still have a bunch of paperwork just still on the table. 1993. Laboratory. Got some little side rooms over here, side labs, and they're really destroyed. Super decayed. Pretty cool laboratory though, nothing really left behind, but it's pleasing to look at for some reason. Some sort of room. You got nice tiling everywhere. You can see the tiling on the floor. Kind of looks like it would be like a surgical wing, but there's too many supplies, so I'm gonna guess this is where they just stored a bunch of stuff. Okay, so Chris just showed me the surgical room. Got a stereotypical wheelchair.
Which honestly makes no sense.
And a big old surgical light. This is where the doctors would wash up before operation. And there's probably another surgical room over there. Just gotta get in there. Whoa, these are even bigger. This is awesome.
They don't really move much. They're pretty stuff.
Pretty decayed.
Yeah.
So we have a third surgical room with even more lights. Really cool stuff. It's kind of hard to find these things intact.
It's crazy when you find this many in a spot. And like you look for these all the time.
That's true. We have like 6 surgical lights in one location, and I've only seen like 3 sets of them over 5 years of exploring. You could see nature just taking its place back where the hospital was. This carpet is not green. It's supposed to be brown like it is over there. But moss is just taking over, growing, taking its place back. This was some front desk. Wow. So you could almost imagine the setup here. These are the curtains that would separate patients. Or the patients would be separated here. Only thing missing is the bed. It's crazy what 20 years, or nearly 20 years, does to a building. Because this place is a shell of what it once was. This is where the medical records were. This place closed down after HIPAA laws went into effect, so they successfully took out all the patient files, unlike some hospitals I've been to. This is a cool setup though. I hear some kids outside exploring this hospital. They're trying to at least. Trying to get the cops to come? Chill out.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. We didn't know
I'm surprised you guys didn't hear me before.
We're so sorry. We didn't.
It's okay.
Oh my god.
You gave me a heart attack.
Scariest fucking.
So, you got.
Their camera yesterday.
I literally saw you guys come up, and I was right behind you, and I was like, "Hey!" And you guys just didn't turn around.
No
I was
shot.
like, "Holy shit!"
Oh my god.
I just got that on camera, so it's pretty funny.
Oh my god. Me screaming.
Yeah, it'll go on my YouTube channel. Okay, that was hilarious. I heard them before, and I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, how am I gonna say something to them without scaring the crap out of them? Turns out I still scared the crap out of them. Good people though. Talked to them for a little bit. Locals. Anyway, let's keep moving on. Always an interesting day when exploring. So on the third floor, we have a bunch of adult diapers. Okay. No, we have a bunch of adult diapers. So far, so good with this hospital. It's been abandoned about 17 years so far, and I haven't even seen one bit of vandalism. And that is exactly what I love. Just seeing absolute decay. Basically, the perfect example of what life without humans would be. So this would be an example 17 years into the future. That type of mindset, that type of ideology got me into exploring. Just curiosity of what life without humans looks like when nature takes over man-made items. And so far, so good. If you guys are enjoying, leave a thumbs up. We still have a lot to explore. Something that's unique, in the distance over there we have 2 cars parked, and it actually was a tennis court used on the facility for patients, workers, anybody on their break. And there's actually people playing tennis over there, just casually, with this abandoned building in the background. Pretty cool. At least some of this property is not being wasted. Maybe this was like a physical therapy room. Yeah. So I got a treadmill left behind. And a bench. This hospital once had beautiful arches for windows, and they just cover a drop ceiling. I just don't understand why you would cover up so much beauty with such BS. We just found a hydrotherapy tub. Not even hydrotherapy, just patients that can bathe themselves. They'd sit, there'd usually be a chair here, they'd sit here. This would rise and dip them in the water. And they'd use that to hose them down.
Okay, this is just a kind of a chill room. This was used last when this place was a nursing home.
And funny story about this room. I told you in the intro that I came to this facility years ago. Well, I still have the footage, and I was doing an intro in this very room when a police officer, an unmarked car, drove right down that little pathway over there, and we had to get off the campus. Anyway, here's the clip from a couple of years ago. And we just hiked up through the mountains to get to this recently abandoned hospital. We got ourselves into the first building, which looks like it was a church, chapel, some type of religious classes went on in here. Anyway, I don't know what to expect out of this place. Like I said, it's fairly new. You'll see some fairly new equipment. Chris, down! Yeah, so thankfully, a couple years later, a lot more decay, and not that much vandalism at all. So I'm super thankful for that, because this place is an absolute gem.
Got more offices. And like I said, this is the nursing home area. So this was used last in the facility. This is creepy. We still have patient names left here in the room they were assigned to. Got all the pillows, blankets, and mattresses all stuffed in one room.
Here we are at the doctor's home. So this is actually where the doctors would live on campus. A lot different from what it is like today. We're gonna head inside this house first, and we're gonna save that one for last because that looks really promising. It's a really cool house.
I'm not ready for that.
That's creepy. Okay, here's the kitchen. Staircase and living room. Pretty empty. Oh wow. There's one of those dolls just stuffed in that bucket without its head on. So we got a nice little 3-car garage still left here, including a just a little play set and a dog cage left here with the building. This house is beautiful already. Okay. The house is completely bending down right there. That's not good. You could see it's separated. That box is in the way, that shelf, but it's separated from the floor. I'm actually going to step out of this room. This house is completely unstable. Although what I see right now is beautiful. Here's a better view of it. Just completely separated and sinking into the floor. It's like the common area. I think I'm gonna send it up these stairs because why not?
My storage area. Beautiful old home. I wonder when this was constructed. Got all different colors in here. I know these rooms are going to be empty and I don't want to step above where the foundation isn't on the ceiling, or isn't on the floor, so I think that's going to be it. Beautiful home. Alright guys, this is going to be the end of the video. We're going to end it on the roof with the beautiful mountainscape in the background. This video, this explore was amazing. I love hospital explorers, going into a campus and getting lost, just building to building, lost in time, just uncovering the past. It's my favorite thing to explore. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, leave a thumbs up. And until next time, peace out.